Bakersfield, this is 23 ABC.
It's hard. My mom's disabled. She's permanently disabled. She worked her whole life for what's in that house. It's not about money. Her books, her photos, you know. Everything's gone.
Smoldering ash and charred frames of homes, devastating images out of Lake Isabella tonight as the Erskine wildfire spreads. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Hart.
And I'm Jackie Ochoa. Right now we are taking a live look at a press conference with an update on this fire. We'll turn to it right now.
Firefighters worked very hard today in very hot and dry conditions on steep terrain. The Pacific Crest Trail is closed from Walker Pass Campground to Jawbone Canyon Road. And we'll be transitioning to California Team 5, California Team 5, and that'll occur at 8 p.m. I do want to recognize Deputy IC Carlton Joseph from Team 5. So to start us off, I'm going to introduce Donnie Youngblood, Kern County Sheriff.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. As you're aware, this fire has been going on now for over 24 hours. We have confirmed that we have at least 2 fatalities. We're going to go back in and go through the rubble. We're going to try and use cadaver dogs. We don't know if there are other victims that were unable to escape this fire. We have a lot of road closures still. We want to ask the public to please comply with those road closures. We realize that there are people in there that have left their animals and their animals may not have food and water, but this is still a very hot zone, and it's for everybody's safety that we ask you please to adhere to those road closures. Evacuations, we've done several hundred evacuations. I really don't know how many we've done. You could probably check at the evacuation center and see how many people are there, but this has been a massive amount of evacuations, people going door to door, asking people to leave their homes because it's dangerous. So with that, I'll turn it back over.
All right, next we have Tyler Townsend with Kern County Fire, and he's going to give an operational update about what happened on the fire line today.
Thank you. Did you guys feel that wind right there? That's one of many things firefighters out on the line are dealing with today. It's hot weather, steep, rugged terrain, light, flashy fuels, dry brush. That's the 3 elements that creates a fast-moving wildfire. And what you've seen over the last 24 hours is a fire that's gone from 2 acres to several thousand within hours. That fire started just behind us near the intersection of Apollo Way and Erskine Creek Road. Within hours, it had cleared the ridgeline and was burning the community of Squirrel Valley. The fire was spotting in front of itself. That means embers were being carried with the wind into that dry brush, and that burned through the community of South Lake. Firefighters have been working through the night. We're finally pulling some of them off the line as we get new firefighters here to replace them on the line. But most of them have been up for the last 48 hours. This fire has 0% containment at this time. We're estimating 19,000 acres, and that's what we mapped last night. So the estimate is that it has grown up to 30% today with the hot, dry weather and winds. The evacuations are all listed on our InstaWeb. That's the most detailed, accurate, and up-to-date information you can get for this fire. We continue to post links on our Facebook, Twitter, and we want people to stay aware of what's going on. And if we haven't evacuated you yet, be ready to go at a moment's notice. That's all I have.
Just to be clear, is it 30,000 acres, 5% containment now?
Yes.
As of last night, it was mapped at 19,000 acres, and we estimate it's grown at least 30% today. Thank you.
So that's 30,000?
Right now we're estimating that it's a little over 30,000 acres, which is a 30% growth in the last operational period. You know, we have folks out there on the line who are going to be bringing us data as they come off this evening, and we'll be able to get a more accurate count. And we will be updating InstaWeb with that information as it becomes available. Before we take more questions, I want to move to our final speaker, Cindy Huge, who's with the Red Cross, who's operating the evacuation center at Kernville Elementary School.
We are definitely going to Cassie, correct?
Actually, Jessica Piffra with the American Red Cross.
All right, we are just wrapping up our coverage here of this news conference, and as you can hear, they did expand the amount of acres that have burned so far. We were initially reporting 19,000 acres, and now we're up to about 30,000 acres there, and you can take a look right there. This is the area that is being affected. It's right near Lake Isabella.
Yeah, it seems to have grown from the Lake Isabella area up into the foothills and expanded across the Kern River Valley all the way down into, we're getting reports down into Kelso Valley, Cortez Canyon perhaps, in that area. We'll continue to monitor this and bring you the very latest. As we mentioned before, 800 firefighters now in the area battling this, and they're expecting hundreds more to join them.
And right now we are going to turn to our team coverage right now. We have reporters all over the area who are going to be joining us very soon. Can I get confirmation that we are going to a reporter?
I believe
Ken.
we're going to 23 ABC's Ken Masinchi,
Yes.
who's in Kernville right now, where one of the main evacuation centers is. Ken.
Mike and Jackie, it's a reality that many people here at the American Red Cross Evacuation Center are starting to experience, learning the fate of their homes. Now, one person we spoke to learned the fate of her home as we started to interview her.
All right, so that was Ken Masinchi reporting for us. He was at the Kernville Elementary School there. That is the primary location where people are being asked to go if you are being evacuated. The Salvation Army did tell us that they are seeing about 2,000 people who have evacuated so far.
Coming through there for assistance, Governor Jerry Brown just a short while ago issuing a state of emergency for Kern County because of the massive impact this fire has had on the Lake Isabella community. Right now, let's go to, let's show you some video right now. Evacuation recommendations from Highway 178 to Kelso Valley and Paiute. Let's join 23 ABC's Cassie Carlisle now, who is joining us live this evening from Mountain Mesa. Cassie.
Yes, out here in Mountain Mesa, there's just devastation. You can see just rubble all around me. In front of me is a car, or really a shell of a car. It looks like what might have been the roof has collapsed on that. Behind me, you can see a table, a couple chairs. There's a stove and a desk with drawers. But beyond that, you really can't tell if there's any rooms behind me. You can't tell if there was any furniture. Behind me is where the two people were found, and they were taken away just about a half an hour ago by the coroner's office. Now, this fire came in real fast, neighbors saying explosively.
Propane tanks blowing up, and they're amazing. Once the fusible plug blows, it sounds like a jet engine before it explodes.
And this is just one of the 100 structure homes that have gone up in flames. Now, this is being investigated as a homicide because it is part of the Erskine Fire. Now, if that fire was intentionally set, that person responsible could be held responsible for the death of these two people that neighbors say were an elderly couple. They were found lying next to each other, and that is the absolute latest out here in Mountain Mesa. Cassie Carlisle, back to you.
All right, thank you, Cassie. And right now we want to turn back on over and focus on these evacuation centers, as this is affecting thousands of people in the area.
That's right. 23 ABC's Ken Masinchi is standing by. Let's go back out to him and see if we can get this. Ken?
Mike and Jackie, it's a reality that many people here at the American Red Cross Evacuation Center are starting to experience, learning the fate of their homes. Now, one person we spoke to learned the fate of her home while we were interviewing her.
My house is gone.
Every house on the street is gone.
My house is gone.
My house is gone, Jan.
My house is gone.
My house is gone, Jan. I'm so sorry.
Jan Ryan's house was one of 7 homes that was lost as the fire reached a cul-de-sac in South Lake. Ryan's friend had lost her home too.
Her husband came over at 4 o'clock and said, Jan, you got 20 minutes to get out of here. And then she came over about 10 minutes later and said, he overreacts, don't worry, relax, it's not coming this way.
Ryan forgot her cell phone in her home and held on to hope that her home was okay because her phone was still ringing if she called it.
I'm leaving myself a message on it. Maybe the cell phone survives.
Maybe.
Well, dear, what to do? No place to go home. But I will have to go and see it, and I don't know what to do.
What hurts Ryan the most is what she won't be able to see again.
My pictures. I had 1,700 photographs in albums dating from the 1800s of my family to 2014.
As Ryan begins to come to terms with the shock, replaying the events from 18 hours ago is fresh in her mind.
I really didn't take it seriously. I thought they would get it out. I really did. I prayed for it. Most of the times my prayers are answered. But maybe on the other hand, for one door closes, another one opens.
Whatever is behind that door, Ryan is ready to face it.
Give it all you got, right? Yeah. You got 3 choices. Give in, give up, or give it all you got.
I know you'll give it all you got.
I have to, huh?
Because Ryan had left her phone in her home, she had not been able to reach any of her family members because she didn't have their numbers memorized. But she has now been able to talk to her brother and her daughter, who also lost her home in this fire. And she has touched base with them, and like many others, they are now trying to figure out what the next step for them is. Live in Kernville, Ken Masenchi, 23 ABC.
All right, Ken, thank you. And while thousands of people have been evacuated, 23 ABC's Alicia Patillo has found a church that actually opened its doors to pets that have lost their homes. Alicia.
Pastor Goodman here at First Baptist said that this is a close community, and when things like this happen, we are supposed to come together. The uncontrollable wildfire sweeping through Lake Isabella forced countless people to evacuate, leaving pet owners desperate to save their animals as flames took over their community. But almost immediately, Pastor Gerald Goodman opened the doors to the First Baptist Church of Lake Isabella and welcomed displaced evacuees and their animals, including Terry Boyle, who left everything behind while trying to save her dogs.
We went home and the fire was surrounding our house. My husband and I were able to get our 6 dogs and the clothes on our back and our medication, and we left.
Within hours of many homes in flames, the ballpark behind the church had become a stable for pet owners, and Pastor Goodman says he's doing what any good person would do if they had a safe resource like this available. Now, one of the horse owners did tell me he has been removing some of the horses. I'll step to the side so you can kind of see, but some of the horses have gone back to the ranch where the owner is from. He said because that area is no longer being threatened. I'll continue to monitor. Live in Lake Isabella, Alicia Patillo, 23 ABC.
All right, well, we're continuing to track the fire conditions here in the studio right now. Let's look at the current fire parameters here across the mountain communities. Definitely looking like very poor fire conditions right now. Looking at the last 3 hours or so, especially in the Lake Isabella area, we have very dry and very windy conditions. Here's a look at the humidity right now. We only have about 15 to 20% humidity in the Lake Isabella area, so that is definitely not helping the firefighting containment efforts right now. And of course, the winds are gusty as well. That's another factor that firefighter Townsend I mentioned earlier. Tehachapi seeing a sustained wind of 26 miles per hour and into the Lake Isabella area similarly. That's why we have the fire weather warning, or a red flag warning. That was issued earlier this afternoon. That'll extend into 10 p.m. tonight, and we're going to continue to monitor the latest weather conditions for this fire. I'll have more about that in just a bit.
All right, Mike, thank you. Thousands of people have been displaced by the fire, which has already claimed 2 lives and burned 30,000 acres. 23 ABC's Stephen Hicks has more on what's being done now to help those displaced and how the community's coming together. Stephen.
Yeah, good evening, Mike and Jackie. We were told that the initial head count here was 150 people were displaced from their homes and they're being helped here in Kernville. But we're also told that that number was expected to grow, and it's going to continue to grow as this fire rages on to the south of us. But while fire officials made their move towards those front lines of the fire, here in Kernville, the Red Cross has been stepping up and helping those displaced. Everything from food, lodging, and clothing to what we're told are mobile units where residents can take showers. Now, although there are a large number of displaced residents, right now we're told that there are enough volunteers to help all of those displaced.
Our local volunteers who really work and live in this community and understand this community and their needs, that's who's supporting right now. It's neighbors helping neighbors.
Yeah, and if you're interested in helping, they say that the best thing that you can do, they have plenty of food and water, but they say that you can still make a financial contribution, and that can be done at redcross.org/donate. Now, this is not just the Red Cross that is up here, it's also the Kern County Public Health, as well as the Salvation Army. They're all contributing food, water, clothing, even prescription medication for those who left their home before they were able to grab their meds. So a lot of help going on up here, and while it's a terrible situation, residents I spoke with today said they are relieved with the outpouring of support. For now, live in Kernville, Stephen Hicks, 23 ABC.